Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, where we dive deep into the words of Jesus and uncover truths that will strengthen your faith and transform your life. Today's message is something every believer needs to hear, because what Jesus told his followers 2,000 years ago still shocks people today. It challenges us, it stirs us, and it forces us to look in the mirror. Stick around to the end, because this might be the most eye-opening moment you've had with Jesus in a long time. Let's get into it. One day, Jesus turned to his disciples and asked a question that here's straight to the heart. He said, "Who do you say that I am?" Now, this wasn't just a casual question. This was the question that separates the crowd from the committed, because it's easy to talk about Jesus when the crowd is cheering. But when the cross shows up, that's when the truth comes out. Peter, bold as always, says, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." Jesus is pleased. He tells Peter, "Blessed are you. This wasn't revealed to you by flesh and blood, but by my Father in heaven." Powerful moment, right? That here's where it gets shocking. Just a few verses later, Jesus starts to explain that he must suffer, be killed, and rise again. And what does Peter, the same guy who just confessed Jesus as the Messiah, do? He pulls Jesus aside and rebukes him. Yes, rebukes Jesus. He says, "Never, Lord. This shall never happen to you." And Jesus responds with something that has stunned readers for centuries. He turns to Peter and says, "Get behind me, Satan. You are a stumbling block to me. You do not have in mind the concerns of God, but merely human concerns." Well, one minute Peter is blessed. The next he's being called Satan. What's going on here? Here's the truth. Sometimes, even with the best intentions, we resist the path God wants for us because it doesn't look the way we imagined. Peter didn't want a suffering Messiah. He wanted victory without the cross, power without the pain. But Jesus was showing them and us that God's way is not always the easy way, but it's the right way. Jesus then tells them, "If anyone wants to follow me, he must deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me." This is what shocked everyone. They expected a conquering king, but Jesus spoke of a suffering servant. They expected freedom from Rome, but Jesus offered freedom from sin. They wanted a crown, and he gave them a cross. And today, not much has changed. Many still want Jesus on their terms, blessings without obedience, favor without surrender, grace without truth. But Jesus isn't calling us to comfort. He's calling us to commitment. And the truth is, the greatest transformation happens not when we ask Jesus to follow our plans, but when we fully surrender to his. So let me ask you the same question Jesus asked his followers. Who do you say that I am?